I can't hear anything.
You can't hear anything?
Press M. Press M.
M.
And then play. Is it muted or unmuted? Reload the page. Reload the page. Like, reload that specific tab.
Let me try.
Because YouTube kind of does some dumb shit on my phone. I don't know if it also does it on computer. Where I'll play a video and it'll just be silent for some stupid fucking reason when it shouldn't be.
Yeah, just look and just try to get it up one more time and see. But that's the thing. It's just, these people, they keep on, just wanting. Like, that's the thing. This whole thing could literally end right now if they just gave the Legos back.
The funniest part is, like, in this specific situation, the wrong thing is actually fucking over Ammon McNeff even more. So, I mean, 9 times out of 10, the wrong thing will kind of it'll make you more successful, right? It won't make you win necessarily.
Let me try presenting it again. Hold on.
Sure.
What Thunder said in chat is true, but in this situation, because Thunder said the wrong thing makes you win in this cool world.
Let me know if the audio is working now.
All right.
Between a company having a bad year and a person becoming an actual joke. Ammon McNeff, the CEO of BricksandMinifigs, has more than crossed that line. He's not just facing a lawsuit, but his name is now shorthand online for corporate dishonesty. He has been turned into a costume and a punchline. He's a case study taught by people who've never even watched a Reckless Ben video. So here is why there's no coming back from this. And not only is BricksandMinifigs cooked forever, but Ammon McNeff's professional life and career may be done forever. First of all, he's literally a costume now. On national television, on news station, Reckless Ben walked into the interview wearing a suit plastered with McNeff's own face. So stay with that for a second. A sitting CEO's face is being worn as a mocking costume on national TV.
I didn't fucking know that. That's based as fuck, dude. Holy shit. That is
based as fuck. Not only that, but that's the thing. It's like Ben's owning him comedically, with the facts, with the truth. Like, he's owning him on every front. That's why Ammon McNeff's, like, looking so bad in this situation, because it's like Ben's owning you in the talking points. He's owning you in the humor. He's owning you in every single avenue that you can own somebody in this online field. It's like, your career's done. Your public image is shattered from this because you got publicly humiliated on national television. You got publicly humiliated for making slanderous claims and stealing a guy's Legos. And now everyone thinks you're a fucking monster thief and no one wants to work with you. I bet you a lot of parents are probably telling the kids, don't go to Bricks and Minifigs and trying to find other Lego places for them to go, because that's the thing. Do you really think parents want to give money to a guy that steals from old people? No. Why the fuck would they want to buy their kids toys from a company that is stealing from old people? Hell no. That's stupid. In fact, you're supposed to raise your kids to like their grandparents, and if they're gonna steal, hold on. If they're gonna steal from your grandparents, they're most likely gonna steal from you too. So it's like, yeah. Like, it's just hurting your reputation, dude, because you're supposed to be a family company, but yet you're fucking over the family. You're fucking over the grandparents. How's everyone else in the family going to trust you if you're fucking over the grandparents? If you're fucking stealing from old people? Remember that one video, Torn, we covered a while back where he sent his mom in and they literally, like, tried to scam his mom and stole the fucking figure that was worth like $1,000 and then tried to say, oh, you just left it in here. But it's like, bro, we know you fucking took it out on purpose.
And it's treated as comedy, not exactly controversy.
Hold on. You had no comment to that? I asked you a question. You don't remember that video?
What?
The video where the video where he sent his mom in. He sent his mom in and they stole one of her figures.
Oh yeah, that thing, yeah.
And not only that, but they also, all the stores basically made it more basically tried to
gave values.
Higher values to his mom because they know his mom doesn't know what the fuck she's doing. That's how you know that
gave lower values.
They gave lower values to her because they're trying to fuck her over and make her pay more money.
Oh, all right. Continue.
Yep. Yeah.
That's not just bad press for Bricks and Minifigs. That is what happens when a public figure becomes a meme instead of a businessman. But not only is his face being mocked, his very company is being mocked with Reckless Ben's version of the company called We Steal From Old People. Of course, in direct response to how McNeff handled Brian Mansell's stolen collection, the mock company was registered in Reckless Ben's video, We Steal From Old People, with the tagline, "If you're old, we'll definitely steal from you." And this isn't just a joke in one of Ben's videos. It got picked up by multiple other channels who have discussed it, and Ben advertised the merchandise involved with the store, and it is brought up in multiple interviews and podcasts at Ben.
Should I buy the merchandise? Should I just buy the fucking We Steal From Old People merchandise?
I mean, if you've got the money,
I'm gonna buy the brick by brick shirt. I'm gonna buy the brick by brick shirt. That's awesome.
Yeah, I'll buy it. But that's the thing. It's like I'll tell you more, but I just gotta find a way to. All right, I'll talk about it.
Has done it. No doubt, tens of millions of people have seen this fake company. If you Google Ammon McNeff today, you're one click away from a satirical company that was built specifically to humiliate him. Not only that, but on police body cam footage, even with these cops that many people have called corrupt, they admitted that what Ammon McNeff was accusing Ben of had no real merit. The Provo officer saying that we agree there really was no extortion code that would fit your situation. That officer, of course, then helps him, hunt down Ben and a charge that'll stick. But before that, she literally admits, yeah, Ammon, whatever you were claiming before has zero credibility and won't hold up at all. So not only are all these people that would be critiquing him otherwise questioning his credibility, cops that were literally colluding with him come up with charges also questions his credibility. So anyone who searches him up now will find a police officer essentially admitting that his original accusation didn't hold up. Major Tech CEO publicly told him to get lost. When Bricks and Minifigs formally asked Patreon to remove Ben's page,
he told him to shove it up your ass, bro.
Yeah, he's like, stuff it.
Stuff it. He's like, stuff it. Like, we're not doing anything about it. Like, Ben's done nothing wrong. He's exposing your shit. We're not gonna take it down. Stuff it.
Patreon's own CEO, Jack Conte, responded not privately, but with a public video signing with Ben that effectively told Bricks and Minifigs to sue if they had a problem. So that is a CEO of a major tech company that is much more popular than Bricks and Minifigs, mind you, and definitely helped scale and skyrocket the story even more when Patreon responded. All the backlash Bricks and Minifigs and Ammon McNeff got is one thing, but when another CEO is making content about how little they respect your complaint, that is industry-wide humiliation. But not only are people connected to the LEGO community and people who have things to gain criticizing him and questioning Ammon McNeff, but business and gaming commentary sites with zero connection to this fan base reached brutal conclusions entirely on their own. For example, Culture of Gaming said, quote, a textbook failure of leadership. Trinket Kingdom flatly said, dog water leadership, unethical, cowardly, and morally bankrupt when describing Bricks and Minifigs and Ammon McNeff particularly. So these are outside observers who looked at his conduct and independently landed on the word corrupt. Not to mention, his own employees don't respect him either. A majority of Bricks and Minifigs' own franchise owners, the people running his stores every single day, signed a petition demanding he step down. And that petition reached the Bricks and Minifigs board, nothing happened. But when the people who work for you stop trusting you, that's not outrage from strangers. That is a verdict from the inside, and it really goes to show just how questionable of a CEO you really are. And there is no coming back.
It's so bad to the point where your own franchise is like, hey, can you just step down, please? You're making us look bad. We don't deserve the backlash for all this, because that's the thing. It's affecting innocent franchises. And I want to say, don't be going and harassing innocent franchises just because they have nothing to do with this at all. They really don't. They have nothing to do with the situation. And like this guy says, a lot of them are skeptical of Ammon and the situation. So you can't just go and blame every single Bricks and Minifigs franchise. But however, that's the thing. They are in the right for ordering Ammon to step down because it makes Bricks and Minifigs look really bad. And that's the thing. In order for these people's livelihoods to be saved and the company to be saved, I think they would have to let Ammon go. They would have to let both Ammon and his brother go and give it to someone else that has nothing to do with the situation, get Brandon's Legos back, and boom. That's the only way Bricks and Minifigs would be saved, because if Ammon is still CEO of Bricks and Minifigs and he doesn't step down, then the Bricks and Minifigs image is cooked, and you'll see a lot of franchise stores just leaving or taking the building and rebranding it to their own Lego store and basically separating from Bricks and Minifigs, creating a lot more competition and making and hurting Ammon a lot and hurting Bricks and Minifigs. That's why it would be better for Bricks and Minifigs if Ammon and Matt both step down, but they're not going to do that, because that's how bad their reputation is, to the point where they probably do have to go in order for this company to survive. But if they don't end up going and leaving, then that's why Josh Johnson and Brandon had to go, because they were too much of a liability for the company. And now it seems like Ammon and Matt are just become just as bad of a liability as Josh and Brandon were, to the point where they have to go along to the drain with Josh and Brandon down to the sewers, because guess what? They're fucking up the company, lighting it on fire. And if they're lighting it on fire, you got to get them off the ship. So I feel like Bricks and Minifigs, the only way for them to survive is if they get Ammon and Matt to step down and give it to someone else and fucking just step away.
Yep.
That's the only way that Bricks and Minifigs would be safe, because Ammon and Matt had every chance to give the Legos back and they didn't. So all this is their fault.
Yep.
All right. You can continue.
The costume, the fake company, the body cam clip, the Patreon video, the independent corrupt verdicts, and the internal revolt is permanently indexed and searchable and archived on the internet. And Wikipedia even now has 2 dedicated pages preserving
2 pages.
2 pages. That's insane. Which, let's be real, you can't really trust Wikipedia for anything, but you probably trust these pages, because these pages are probably accurate. But
Yeah, they probably use information grabbed from various websites and sources.
I just hope some asshole doesn't go on there and add some false information and make Ben look and try to blame it on Ben, like, because that's Wikipedia has gotten a lot of people in trouble for that. So you just got to be very careful, because you got to be careful on like who controls these threads, because anyone could just come in and post anything, like Kiwi Farms. That's why I'm super critical of Kiwi Farms.
Yep.
all of it. And one outlet put it pretty well when they said, quote, "Years from now, someone searching Bricks and Minifigs may find this story. They may see Ammon McNeff's name attached to it." So this isn't just a scandal that fades in a news cycle like Bricks and Minifigs wants to believe. It's now the permanent first impression of his name and his brand forever. And it's one thing to have your company fail. It's another thing to have your face, your name, your identity, your career, and your reputation completely tied to it. I mean, if you search Bricks and Minifigs on YouTube right now, I'd say 85% of the thumbnails on those YouTube videos that have hundreds of thousands, if not millions of views each, all exhibit Ammon McNeff's face. I mean, look at the thumbnails on my channel. I've used Ammon McNeff in most of the.
I mean, he has a very generic villain face. That's why
millennial supervillain.
In fact,
on
this segment, when I clip out this segment and the other Reckless Spin segment we did, the two Bricks and Minifigs segments, I'm gonna put Ammon McNeff's face on both of them and use two different pictures and find like the most cringiest ones ever, just so you know. He knows, hey, listen, bro, people don't fucking like you. And you probably, in order, if you want your company to be saved, you probably do need to leave. So, yeah. In fact, I'm going to title this segment, this specific segment, Ammon McNeff Needs to Step Down. And then the other segment. Yeah.
You know what's funny about this? They all apparently his father's also disappointed in him.
Oh, is that what?
Did
he talk about that?
Yes, they talk about that in this video briefly.
All right, go ahead.
Thumbnails. Look at any other channel covering this. It's all Ammon's face. It's all him being clowned on, called corrupt, called incompetent, by the way, by his own father. I mean, this runs really deep. And as far as professional careers go,
called incompetent by his own father.
Damn. You know what? You don't know what no means. Even they say, hey, you're incompetent. You're incompetent and you're not fit
I think
for
more
this.
They're embarrassed by the fact he's throwing such a big hissy fit.
They're probably embarrassed too because they're getting all these calls and they're like, damn, our son is a piece of shit.
No, son, you're a fucking embarrassment to
sons
this
are a
family.
piece of
You're a
shit,
fucking embarrassment to this family, son. You better go ahead and fucking say you're sorry.
I think his professional life is ruined. His career is ruined. Who is going to want to work with a man with a reputation this bad, with credibility this low, who has been clowned on by tens of millions of people online? So let's think about
Not
all
just
the
that. Hold on,
people.
pause. Not just that, but by his own father. His own father's clowning him. His own father's joining in on the mess. Like, bro, that's how you know you fucked up. Because I'm sure his father never abused him, was always nice to him and all that. And he was just like, look, I have to join in on this because guess what? You are being incompetent in this. Like, I'm sure he still loves his son and all that, and he should, like, even though Ammon is being,
You suck at running a business, son.
You suck at running a business, son. Like, imagine his father's imagine like him and his father having arguments privately over this, like at the dinner table, whenever he's like going. Like, I bet you this 4th of July when he went to see his family, if he did see his parents, his dad sat them down, was like, "Bro, why are you doing this?" Like, Ammon's 4th of July was probably so fucked because all these people at his parties that are probably asking him, "Why are you incompetent? Why won't you give the Legos back?" And Ammon's just like, can I just take a drink? Can I just take a drink? I don't care about this situation. He's probably crashing out on his friends behind the scenes to ask him about it. He's probably like, "Don't ask me about this on my off time."
Oh shit.
We got about 2 minutes left of the video. Let's finish this up.
Let's finish
that have called out Ammon McNeff. You have former franchise owners. You have current franchise owners. You have BricksandMinifigs employees. You have independent investigators and journalists that have nothing to do with Lego before this, but because of this story, they have objectively looked at this and came to the verdict that Ammon is at the very least very, very questionable. You have Ammon's own father saying that he failed to run his own BricksandMinifigs location years ago, and he's basically not good with business. Not to mention the possible police corruption, stealing a $200,000 collection from an elderly man, and every other action that you can look at that points towards Ammon McNeff in this case that just absolutely shreds.
How bad would it be if Reckless Spin did a public interview with his father, or even if we did? Like, imagine either me or somebody that covers the situation, Tori or Jace or someone that covers the situation like we do, interviews Ammon's father, and he just tells the tea about the whole Ammon thing of why he just incompetent on running a business and all that. Imagine how bad of a blow it would be to Ammon even more if Reckless Spin, especially if Reckless Spin was the one that did it. Oh my god, Ammon would be done for. Like, I wonder, like, is his father, obviously don't go and expose personal details, obviously, like, because that's just not cool, but expose, like, the business aspects of it, and, even though you do love your son and all that, still, publicly speak out. Maybe if his father did something like that and Ammon got that humiliation ritual, then maybe Ammon will realize, man, I'm in the wrong because my father's going on these fucking interviews and talking shit on me. It's like, yeah, it's probably because you're in the wrong. And I feel like Reckless Spin, if you're listening, Reckless Spin, if you can hear me, Reckless Spin, reach out to his father, get an interview, post it on YouTube, give Ammon the humiliation ritual that he needs, and then Ammon can actually come to his senses because that's his own father. That's someone that raised him. Benjamin Netanyahu, please force Reckless Spin to interview Ammon's father, if you can hear me.
That is actually hilarious, though.
How about you stop killing innocent kids and go ruin Ammon's life? Maybe people will find you more respectable, BB. But we know you don't believe in free speech. We know you're just a coward.
All right, we got a little over a minute left.
All right, yeah, let's finish it.
His reputation. There's just no going back for Ammon McNeff. But let me know in the comments down below what you think. And if you were Ammon McNeff, what would you do now to try and rectify this? Although I don't think there's any going back. But with that being said,
guys, I'm gonna make a joke here. Jewish or Mormon? Which one is Ammon McNeff now?
All right,
he's a more Jew.
To answer the question, right? All right, you can cut off the video if you want. And
in the next video.
All right, so to answer his to answer his question, right? To answer his question on if I was Ammon McNeff, what would I do? And I want everyone to answer the panel, and I'll answer first, right? If I was Ammon McNeff in this situation, I would have told Reckless Ben when he came to my corporate studio, when he came to my corporate office and said, hey, look, can you give me the details? Here's my phone number. Give me the details, and we'll do investigation. And then we'll go find the right amount that we need to do. And then I would fire Brandon and Josh immediately. I'll tell them to get the fuck out of here. And I would make sure that Brian gets his Legos back. And if we can't find the Legos, we'll do an explanation and tell Brian this is all we found. This is all we have. Here it is. If you want more, we can try to investigate more. But due to our investigation, this is what we found. And I would give Brian his money, his rightful legal money back. And I'll call it a day. I wouldn't go this far. I would try to resolve that situation. I wouldn't tell him to get the fuck out. I wouldn't make false police reports. I would try to avoid the situation. What's up, Carla? How's it going? Hopefully you're doing well. I know I sent you the stream a little late, but we're about to end a little bit. But basically to update you, Carla, we covered the Bricks and Minifigs situation, basically the company that's suing YouTuber Reckless Ben because Reckless Ben told him to give Legos back because they stole Legos from an old man. They basically stole Legos from an old guy, so Reckless Ben went and investigated them, and they ended up making false police reports on Ben and all that. If you want to get catch up, you just have to catch up watching the other segments and all that. But
Reckless Ben done went reckless on their asses.
Getting fucked over by Bricks and Minifigs really hard because Bricks and Minifigs won't get the Legos back to this guy, and they're using the Mormon Church and the police department to silence Ben with all the fucking lawsuits and just stupid. Best thing, if I was Ammon McNeff, Ben is awesome. Okay, so you do know the situation. Yeah, he is. I've watched his old content too. He's really entertaining. Like he is really entertaining. Like he's really funny. Like I watched the Ghost Mansion one and all that. Like I watched some of his older videos. In fact, we could probably react to some of his older videos sometime, maybe this weekend, whenever content's slow. Probably just get a laugh in or something. But anyways, it's just like if I was Ammon, I would just resolve the situation. Now I'm gonna ask Dan. Dan, if you was Ammon McNeff and this situation, and Ben came to your corporate office and said, "Hey, you stole $100,000 worth of Legos from us. Can you look into it?" What would you do as Ammon McNeff if you was him?
Kill myself because my career's over.
Okay, what about you, Torin?
I mean, we know how he is, but if I were him, I would admit wrongdoing and give back the fucking Legos. But that's just me.
Exactly.
I think you're lying, Glitch. I think you'd double down, triple down, quadruple down, because you said if you were Ammon McNeff, you're not Ammon McNeff, so you wouldn't do that personally.
Yeah, but the hypothetical.
No, this is one of those hypotheticals that don't matter. You want to know why? Because Ammon McNeff's brain is corrupted. Whoever wants to be Ammon McNeff.
Yeah, but how, if you was Ammon McNeff, how would you fix it?
If I was somebody in a situation similar to Ammon McNeff, but
there you go. That's a better question.
Let me go ahead and say this, right? I would admit wrongdoing. I'd be like, okay, look. There's probably some mix-up. A lot of accounting issues happen around this time of year, so I'm gonna probably figure out what's going on here. If we did take it from you, you will get that money back. If it's a little bit less or a little bit more, doesn't matter. We'll give you the amount that we personally find that you are owed. All right. We don't need to sweep this under the rug. You can tell people how you think the experience was, give criticism, all that sort of thing. But we'll do our best to make sure on our end stuff is going around well. And if I figure out that 2 employees that are retarded were basically trying to swindle an old man, I'll be like, hey, you guys can go. You guys can go now. Yeah, no. You guys are getting escorted off the premises because you want to fucking make me look like a fool. Bye. And then they're gone, right? And then I'll give Reckless Ben and a message saying like, "Yo, look, the money's basically come over to our corporate office. We have a check. You can get that fucking check, send it to the Manziel family or whatnot, and he can cash it and get all his money back. Stuff like that. It's that fucking easy to take accountability, right? Taking accountability doesn't make you evil. It makes you fucking it makes you a fucking trustworthy entity, right? That's what I'd call it. Whether you're an individual or a corporation, it makes you trustworthy, and more people are more likely to do deals with you.
Exactly.
Right.
And that's the thing. That's what you do, and that's the thing. That's what you should do as a business owner. You shouldn't act like Amen. You should act like what Dan said. Is like try to resolve the situation and give them the accurate money back that they are owed. It's like that's the only thing that Amen could have done in this situation. Right? Is like just cooperate with Ben, find the actual legal amount, give him the right amount of money, and boom, call it a fucking day, and admit all wrongdoing. And then you get all more trustworthy because they're like, hey, he admitted accountability. And even if people are turned off, it's like, okay, it doesn't matter because like you did your part, you did the right thing. It's like it's about doing the right thing. And Amon's going to lose a lot of trust over this. He's already lost a lot of trust over this because he's not doing the right thing. He's supposed to be doing the right thing, and he's not. And this is the problem. This is why a lot of people are mad at Bricks and Minifigs. And that's the thing. And I'm going to have Trenton Updates clip this too because this is really important as well. I have a message for Ammon McNeff. If you're somehow listening or you see the Twitter clip or you see some clip or you somehow get this, I doubt you will, but who knows? Let's say you somehow see my autistic ass, right? You see this autistic ass clip, right? Here's my message to you. Ammon McNeff, you already fucked yourself over as it is, right? You fucked yourself over as it is. Drop the fucking lawsuit, get the Legos back, call it a fucking day, admit you handled the situation super fucking wrong, and take accountability and move forward. If you want to fix your reputation and you don't want to step down as BricksandMinifigs CEO and you don't want to be broke and going back and living with your parents again, you don't want to fucking lose everything just to own reckless spend, then take accountability, drop the lawsuit, admit wrongdoing, get the Legos back, and move on. Either Legos or the money, and move on. That's all you have to do, bro. That's
Get
all
your move
you have
on.
to do.
Get your
Move
groove
on.
on.
Like that's all he has to do to move on from the situation, and for people like me to not make fun of him anymore. All he has to do is to drop the lawsuit, get reckless spend, get the Legos back, admit wrongdoing on your end, and move on. Even then, like if you don't like reckless spend after, okay, who cares? I don't care. That's your own personal vendetta. We just want you to drop the fucking lawsuit and get the Legos back and move on, and Ben will go after some other company. Ben's going to leave you the fuck alone forever as long as you don't scam old people again. You know, you got to make sure this doesn't happen again, and then Ben will make sure that he doesn't fuck with you because then that's the thing, that's in the fucking past. Do you see Ben still fucking with that Ghost Mansion place that threatened to sue him but then backed out because they knew that something like this would happen? See, at least the Ghost Mansion thing, when they threatened to sue Ben and Ben was like, okay, I'm willing to fight this, they were like, oh, we don't want this at all. We're going to back off. We're backing off from this.